Once upon a time, I had doubts about lithium iron phosphate batteries, but I've been following some people up on lithium iron phosphate battery, and one of the first persons I installed for, even though I was the one that installed the system, I didn't really believe in it. So it's been 4 years now, and this is the same person that changes his batteries from time to time. At the end of the day, they're having problems. Ever since he's been using the lithium iron phosphate batteries, he's not been having any problem. So I always ask him. It took me about 3 years after observing his own and the way everything went before I now believed that, or at least not fully believed, but that's when I started really considering lithium iron phosphate battery. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a 15 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate installation that I did, and of course, just to give us an idea of what it can do. You know, before you install the system, it's very good for you to have a general idea of what it can do. Today is just going to be a brief talk about this system. I'm going to do an analysis, maybe like to let you know how long it's going to take for the battery to get fully charged in a day, how many panels you're going to be needing. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. Just on a general note, this is a 15 kilowatt hour system, and the inverter is a 7.5 kva inverter. The charge controller is a whopping 120 amp MPPT charge controller. I love this charge controller. I've not really had any issue. Nobody has had any issue thus far, so I'm still observing because I don't have one myself just yet, but I'm planning to get one. To put into perspective, let me start with the charge controller. This charge controller can hold about 300 watts solar panels. So I don't want to go into the math. Maybe in future I'm going to let you guys know how I arrived at that. The next thing to note is that if it's a 24 volt system, that would mean half of that solar panel. Having said that, people also ask, what can a 7.5 kva inverter, what can it power in our homes? Now, a 7.5 kva inverter translates to approximately 6,000 watts. When you're taking 80% of the kva ratings, that gives you the watt. So 80% of 7.5 is 6,000 watts. So that's just a rough estimate. 6,000 watts. Personally, I would not expect somebody to put 6,000 watts on the inverter all the time, because if you do, you now need a lot of battery bank to be able to power the 6,000 watts load. For instance, this 15 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate battery, what it means is that you can get approximately 15 kilowatt hour from this battery. That means in 1 hour you can pull 15 kilowatts from it. In 2 hours you can pull 7,500 watts from it. That's just to give you a basic description. If you check the manual, they are going to tell you how many percent you can get from it. So even though it's 15 kilowatt hour, you cannot get exactly 15 kilowatt hour from it. So these are some of the experiments I'll be doing so that you see and understand exactly what I mean. When we say a battery has about 80% depth of discharge, most lithium ion batteries, they reach that 90 and even 95. When we say 80%, so if you're taking an 80% of 15 kilowatt hour, that should land us somewhere around 12.5, just around that. If we have 12.5 kilowatt hour that we can get from this battery, assuming, it means that if we are using the full load from our 6,000 watts inverter, that's 7.5 kva inverter, we are going to be pulling 6,000 watts for 2 hours. So that means if we put on full load on the inverter and the battery is fully charged, it will take us 2 hours to get it to be fully discharged, just to give us an idea. So in future I'll be doing more analysis on it. Then on the controller side, the controller has a capacity to charge with 120 amps. So if we are doing a rough estimation of 50 volts, once your battery is charging, the voltages just have a way of going up. So let's work with 50 volts. So if we're looking at 50 volts and 120 amps, that means we're looking at 6,000 watts that we'll be getting at that rate. So 6,000 watts, if it's entering this battery, so in 2 hours time it will be full. Your solar array can be 6,000 watts. That doesn't mean you are going to be getting that 6,000 watts throughout the day. As a matter of fact, it's almost impossible to hit even 90% of that 6,000 watts. I've also done an experiment of how a solar panel behaves in a course of a day, so I'm going to leave the link in the description below as well. These are things I'll be discussing in future videos, so I just decided to do a video so that we'll have an idea of this kind of batteries. If you are still doubting lithium iron phosphate battery, you need to start planning to get one. The warranty that comes with this battery is 5 years, and most lead acid batteries is somewhere around 18 months to 2 years. The fact that the warranty is just, let's say, 18 months versus 5 years, it doesn't mean that that's when the batteries are going to die. Altogether, lithium-ion phosphate batteries are going to live long and with good maintenance. A lot of them are going to go past the 10 years mark. I just started to do this video like I said, so let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think lead acid will still be in existence in the next 5 years? And if they're in existence, are people still going to be using it at home? I think lead acid battery will soon be phased out, or unless of course the price goes down drastically. So let me know your thoughts on that. See you and catch you on the next one.